On December 31st, 1999, people weren't partying like it was 1999. They were stocking bunkers, hoarding canned food, and yanking their money out of ATMs. Why? Because at the stroke of midnight, they believed the world might just end. It was called Y2K, and it sparked one of the biggest tech freakouts in history. Planes were supposed to crash. Banks collapse. Toasters. Potential murder weapons. Governments and corporations spent over $300 billion to stop a computer bug that might not even exist. This is the story of how the entire world panicked over a date and spent billions trying to fix it. Let's rewind. Back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, computer memory was expensive, so programmers cut corners. Instead of using 4 digits to represent years, like 1975, they just used 2. So, 1975 became 75. Everything seemed fine until the year 2000 started getting closer. Because when the clock struck midnight, 99 would roll over to 00. And many computers would read that as 1900, which meant bank interest calculations could fail. Air traffic systems could reset. Medical machines might shut down. And nuclear launch computers? Kadana. Let's not even go there. The problem wasn't that it was hard to fix. It was that these systems were buried in millions of lines of code. Some of it in old languages like C, OBOL, that most people didn't even know anymore. By the late 90s, the media jumped in with full-on doomsday hype. Headlines screamed, Y2K will collapse society. Books predicted famine, blackouts, riots. Even the US military had backup plans in case the nuclear command systems glitched. Major cities ran emergency drills. New York tested traffic lights. Australia's government had a 24/7 Y2K war room. Russia even had people stationed at nuclear missile sites, just in case. And the stock market? Investors braced for a crash. Some pulled out entirely. There were Y2K survival kits. Generators sold out. People were ready for the grid to go down, like permanently. All because of a 2-digit shortcut from the 1970s. Here's where it gets expensive. Corporations and governments realized the only way out was to go line by line through legacy code and update it. That meant hiring thousands of engineers, some out of retirement, to manually rewrite ancient systems, test them, and pray they didn't miss anything. A single missed bug could crash a power plant, or a bank, or a hospital. So they checked, and double-checked, and then tested again. By the time it was over, the global bill hit $300 to $500 billion. That's more than the GDP of a small country. Some companies spent millions and didn't even know if it helped. And get this, COBOL programmers were making more than Wall Street bankers. For a hot minute, if you could code like it was 1975, you were basically royalty. Then, the night came. December 31st, 1999. Planes were grounded. Bunkers were stocked. The ball dropped in Times Square. And nothing happened. No power outages. No banking collapses. Not a single vending machine tried to take over the world. A few things went wrong, like a bus ticket machine in Australia that glitched, and a few US spy satellites temporarily reported the wrong year. But overall, it was the quietest apocalypse in history. People woke up January 1st and laughed, then got mad. Had we just fallen for the most expensive overreaction of all time? Here's where it gets controversial. Some experts say the panic was justified. They argue that nothing happened because we did fix the bug, that without the billions spent, systems would have failed. But others, including economists, say it was overblown, overhyped, and overpriced. A perfect storm of tech illiteracy, media hysteria, and Y2K-themed profit-making. A bug that barely bit, but cost more than multiple wars. The irony? Most of the systems that were vulnerable weren't even mission-critical. Your microwave didn't care what year it was. So, what do you think? Was Y2K a brilliant global save, or just a tech tantrum with a massive price tag? Drop your thoughts in the comments, especially if you or your parents remember prepping for it. One last thing. In the US, federal agencies spent nearly $9 billion on Y2K alone, and some local governments even bought Y2K-compliant toilets. No, seriously, toilets. Because when the apocalypse comes, You definitely don't want to flush in the year 1900. I2K didn't break the world, but it did break the budget. And in the end, it might just be the most expensive oops humanity ever dodged. Like this video if you remember floppy disks. Subscribe for more epic throwbacks and tech what-ifs. And hey, next time your software updates, just be glad it's not still written in COBOL. This is Flashback Factory, and we just rewound history.